All right, we are back live here in Memphis as we're set to bring a Tier 1 quarterfinal battle to you featuring the Frisch Cougars versus the YULA Panthers. We got East Coast, West Coast action about to come underway. We've got a similar matchup over on court 2 as in the fourth quarter. I believe the Hafter Hawks have a 40-37 lead on the new community Jewish high school. What's their nickname? Also a cat, if I'm not mistaken.
Are they the Jaguars?
They're the Jaguars. I wasn't sure. Had Jaguars, Panthers, and Cougars. Oh my, here in Memphis. YULA huddling up as a squad at the free throw line before they report back to their bench and get ready to get this very important Tier 1 quarterfinal matchup underway. This is a 2 versus 7, although again, hard to think of YULA as a 7th seed. They are a 3-time champion of this tournament. Defending champions. Lost a lot of starters from last year's squad, but we saw them yesterday, Stuart, and they have a lot of quality in this year's team.
Right.
Look for Sion to feature on the offensive side along with Zilberstein. They'll try to run some offense through Noam Posner at the top of the key.
And also watch and look for Sion up top, outside to spot up for the threes. Yeah. East versus West.
LA versus Jersey. Always a heated rivalry between those two regions of the country. Both teams now huddling up along their respective benches. Didn't get a look at Frisch yesterday, so this will be our first chance to see them. They hit the floor with the starting lineup of number 22, Mike Finkel, number 42, Andrew Levine, number 10, Noah Schechter, number 53, Benny Tuckman, and number 33, Tyler Hode. I think that's the second Hode who's made it here to Memphis. His older brother played here for two editions of this tournament, if I'm not mistaken. YULA with their starting 5 of Daniel Sion, Muddy Silberstein, Noam Posner, Shimon Ben Harak, and Evan Weinreb. Opening tap is won by the 7th seed Panthers in their black and gold uniforms, wearing their away kits today. And then an opening turnover, a little sloppy pass from YULA up top, and Noah Schechter converts on the other end, and it's a quick 2-0 lead for Frisch. They pick up full court. Here's Sion across the timeline. So early turnover leads to points for Frisch. They lead 2-0. Weinreb sets up the offense center circle. Passes to Sion on the left elbow. Now Posner out to Weinreb on the right-hand side of the floor. But Silberstein looks at a 3, drives it inside, puts it up, and gets the left-handed scoop shot to go and ties the game up at 2. 2-all early going here in Memphis. Cooper Invitational quarterfinal, Frisch versus YULA. If you'd like to get in touch with me here at the broadcast booth, I'm at JT on the cards. JT on the cards. Send along any messages, and I'll try to get your thoughts into the broadcast. Now here's a nice little dump down to, that was Levine, can't get the left-hander to go. And off the miss, here comes YULA looking to push. Sion, left elbow back to Weinreb between the circles. Coach Haim shouts out direction. Now here's a drive into the lane by Weinreb, can't get the left-handed runner to go. Frisch cleans up the miss. 2-all, minute and a half in. Nice no-look pass to a cutting Schechter, can't get it to fall. Now YULA looking to run again the other way. Sion going all by himself and gets the turnaround to go. Kind of a spin move along the right baseline. Got himself a look from 4 feet. Converted YULA's first lead, 4-2. Frisch now looks to answer. Tyler Hode dribbles with the left hand, top of the key, puts up the three-pointer a little bit off to the left, can't get it to go. Weinreb cleans up the rebound. Neither side able to get a second chance opportunity early on here. Now Sion dumps it down to Posner. Posner spins, loses the handle, steal. Here comes Frisch. Tuckman hands it back. Now here's Hode from the left-hand side, a little bit short. Quick to put up the shot. Can't get it to fall. YULA with the ball in the lead. Weinrib, right side, guarded by Finkel. Now here's a Zilberstein shot in the corner, gets it to go. That's his spot. Well, really, he and Sion like to spot up from that left-hand corner.
Good ball movement there also.
Lead is 5 for YULA, 7-2. Here's Frisch, free throw line. That was number 53, Benny Tuckman, calmly and confidently puts up the 16-footer, gets it to fall, 7-4. Cuts the lead back to 3. Here's YULA against the full court pressure of the Cougars. They beat it. Sion lets the defender fly by. A little double clutch, gets it to go, but lead back to 5, 9-4. Fast-paced game here in the early going in Memphis. Schechter off to Finkel. Now back to Tuckman. Tuckman tries to duck inside, can't find anything there. Now here's Hode. Oh, he has a nice cutter and gets the shot to go. That was Andrew Levine. Really nice play set up by Hode. Finds him with a little bounce pass.
Got down there, kind of got in the trap, but it was able to nice around the, not behind the back, but around
the defender.
You see the instant replay there, and then play by Levine to go up strong, get the foul, and the traditional three-point play opportunity.
It's 9-6. 9-6 YULA, as Levine will have a chance for the three-point play. I like the instant replay action there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice to have a top-level professional.
Absolutely.
Working alongside us.
You get that when you have the A team working with us.
Let's see if Levine can convert here. Again, really fast, but this is
whoa.
High arcing free throw from Levine. Kind of rattles out. Not quite soft enough, not enough rotation on that free throw. Weinreb nearly lost the handle. Might have gotten called for over the back. Nothing there. Here's Ben Harag, his first touch on the offensive side. Sion, nice crossover dribble and get called for the charge. Nice setup there by, I think that was Finkel to draw the charge on Sion. Sion needs to avoid picking up fouls like that. Finkel might have gotten in there a little bit late, but he did a nice job of establishing some position. We got a tie ball game on the other court, by the way. 44 all over there. Keep an eye on that. Now here's Finkel from the corner. Can't get it to go, but nice job from Schechter to tip away the rebound to himself. He gets the ball back. He's got Hode to his right. Doesn't give it to him. Brings it back out. Now here's Finkel, top of the key, guarded by Weinreb. Levine tried to cut inside. Oh, great block. That was Sion. Blocked it and actually just took it out of the hands of the shooter. So a block kind of and a steal at the same time. Now Posner, top of the key. Sion from the right side, can't get it to go, a little short. And Ben Harag fights hard, gets the rebound, another opportunity for YULA. Panthers up 3, 9-6, 3.5 to play here in the first. Weinreb gets into the lane, gets a little 5-foot teardrop to go, and the lead is back to 5, 11-6 YULA.
I don't know. Frisch may have to try to work into. I don't know if they have a zone defense. They may have to try that because there's been too many opportunities against this man-to-man. YULA getting at the basket. Good
look there from Schechter. Can't get it to go though. YULA doing a nice job of keeping Frisch off the boards, not giving them second chances. They lead by 5, the Panthers. This clock ticks down towards 3 minutes to play in the first quarter. Here's Ben Harag. Daniel Hamey is going to check in at the next whistle for YULA, and we're going to see Noah Engelmeyer for the first time as well. 11-6 YULA. Here's Zilberstein for a long 2, gets it to go, and the lead is 7.
Got a nice looking shot.
Having shooters is so important at this level. If you can get those baskets to fall, makes a big difference. It opens up things inside as well.
For sure. That's why I'm saying I think they're going to have to go. Frisch going to have to come out and come to a zone. But both these teams playing a man-to-man.
Now here's Hode. He's got 3 Panthers on him. Kicks it back out to, that was Schechter. He can't get it to fall. He's going to have to find a way to make that shot because if 3 people collapse on Hode, he's going to find himself open. He needs to hit the 14-footer like that. YULA up 7. Weinreb to Ben Harak. Here's Sion, left elbow. Penetrates, kicks it back out. Now Posner. Off to Weinreb. He shouts out some instructions to his teammates. Tries to penetrate. I think he might have stepped on the line.
Yeah, I think he stepped out of bounds.
Hamey and Isaacs check in for YULA. And again, Noah Engelmeyer, the junior center, checks in for the Frisch Cougars. They trail by 7. Need to find a way to close this gap here. Don't want this game, the lead to extend too much further than this, or else it'll be a big hill to climb for the Cougars. They trail by 7. Finkel over to Tuckman. Tuckman tries to penetrate, kicks it back out to Hode. He gets into the lane, and he was about to pass it off, but then I think he felt the contact, anticipated the whistle.
Went
instead,
up for the shot, yeah.
Did a job to get himself 2 free throws, because it looked like he was actually looking to kick it left, and then when he felt the contact and heard the whistle, decided to put it up, and there's a Rorter with 2 free throws, chance for him to score here from the stripe. Hode calmly eyes the mark, puts it up, nothing but net. Good free throw from the senior. Lead is 6, 13-7. He'll have another one here, chance to cut it down to 5. If he makes, look for Frisch to institute the full court pressure off the made free throw here. A little short, rattles out, but a nice job on the offensive board for Engelmeyer. Engelmeyer, 3-point trip there for Frisch as he makes, now here's Zilberstein, puts up the nice ball fake, ended up getting a little hip check. Tried to shoot it and get a shooting foul call, but the referee said that the foul was on the ground. He put it up afterwards. I think that's a correct call.
Coach Hammy wanted over the back, but I don't think his team boxed out at all on that one.
That was
nice.
Engelmeyer.
Beautiful block.
Ben Harak. We saw that yesterday late in the game.
Absolutely, yeah.
He doesn't look to shoot much, but when he gets one, he's got a nice stroke.
Benny Tuckman had a wonderful block, but then Ben Harak with the nice pass by Hode again.
Good job by Hode to get it to Engelmeyer along the block. Another assist. Well, the last time wasn't an assist. He got that was an assist. Guy made the bucket and missed the 3-point play opportunity. But lead back to 4. Frisch doing a nice job of answering here. They've managed to stay with YULA here in the first quarter. Now Hamey over to Posner. Posner drives baseline.
Oh, you got to go up with the corner. Posner's got to go up with that. He had a reverse lay-in that was right there for him.
Now here's Hode. Off to Engelmeyer. Gets the ball back along the baseline. Too short. Follows his miss, but then it's kicked towards the sideline by Tuckman, and then a tie-up is going to give the ball, I believe, to Frisch. Yes. Possession arrow. Possession dot favors Frisch. Fast-paced first quarter action here in this quarterfinal matchup between the Frisch Cougars and the YULA Panthers. Lead is 4. Schechter and the Cougars probably look to hold for their last shot of the quarter. Here's Tuckman, top of the key, guarded by Posner. Tries to penetrate left. Now the ball comes to Finkel. Right elbow. Hesitation move, gets into the lane. His shot's a little off the mark. Ben Harak with a nice job on the boards. 1 second play, not going to get it off in time. Posner's shot is too late to count. It's no good anyway. After 1 quarter of play, YULA enjoys a 4-point lead, 15-11. Both squads coming out with a lot of energy, fast-paced game. Probably the most offense we've seen in an opening quarter so far in this tournament.
I just think that Frisch somehow is going to have to come to some sort of a zone type of a defense, because the YULA Panthers are spreading the floor. They're getting some really good looks at the basket. They've proven they can shoot from the outside, and which opens up the inside, obviously. And on the other end, Frisch needs to keep doing what they're doing. Hode's making some great plays, penetrating to the basket and dishing it off or getting fouled. And
hasn't been able to find his shot, but I think he's got.
I think that'll come. I'm not too concerned about that.
Got to keep on shooting in order to have the ball go in. Cannot make it if you don't put it up. After a quarter of play, Frisch trails by 4. YULA will have the ball to start the second quarter. Remmer checks in for the Panthers. He hits the floor along with Isaacs, Ben Harak, Hamey, and it looks like Sion. They'll start this second quarter for the Panthers. Still waiting to see who Frisch comes out with. It looks like we might be seeing Langer. Andrew Langer checks in. He's in along with Tuckman, Engelmeyer, Schechter, and Finkel. So Hode takes a seat for the Cougars. They trail by 4. Here's Isaacs. Sends it across the timeline to Sion. He gets it down to
nice
Hamey.
Move.
Drives past the defender and gets it in on the left with the left hand. Good first step there from Hamey.
Very quick step.
17-11, lead is 6. Finkel dribbles with the left hand back at the center circle. Hode looks like he's going to get some hydration. Need some hydrogen. Now Finkel does a nice job of backing into the lane. Then a shot from just beyond the free throw line as Engelmeyer gets it to go. Nice stroke from the big man.
Yeah,
Look like Hamey stepped on the...
Stepped in and out, yeah.
Good job. Frisch's pressure creates the turnover. They trail by 4, chance to cut it to 2 or 1 on this possession. The headbanded Langer passes it in, and then it looks like Sion.
Nice block there.
Yeah, Sion with the block.
Yeah.
Langer to bring the ball back in again. Looks like Hode is going to check in for Schechter. Schechter takes a seat. Inbounds play now coming from Langer. He gets it to Engelmeyer, left corner, guarded by Ben Harak. Now Tuckman between the circles. Gets a pick. Nice job by YULA to cut off the penetration. Now Hode, nice no-look pass underneath to Langer, and Langer gets it to go. Lead back to 2. Nice no-look pass from Hode. That's probably his 3rd or 4th assist of the game. Now a steal. Langer goes up, gets fouled, can't get the shot to go. Would have been a 3-point, would have tied it and given Frisch a chance to take the lead, but instead Andrew Langer, the junior, will step to the line with a chance to tie if he can convert on both of these chances. 17-15 YULA. Good opening minute here in the second quarter for Frisch. And the free throw from Langer bounces out. Alan Gindy checks in for Hamey. Gindy, the sophomore. I'm going to assume a relation to Jack Gindy.
One would assume.
Former MVP of this tournament. Both free throws are missed, but Frisch does a nice job of getting a long rebound in the corner, and then Hode tries to lead a teammate. Ball nearly stolen. That looked like steps. Nothing called.
And then he called walk on the second one.
Kind of a makeup call there. The first one was almost certainly a travel. And then when he missed that, he had a plausible opportunity to call another one and went ahead and did so. Turnover for Frisch. So very much a missed opportunity there. They missed 2 free throws, but get another chance off the rebound and then turn the ball over. Now here's Gindy trying to break the press. Quick hands from Frisch. Ball's on the floor, and Frisch comes away with it. Steal in with the full court press, and Isaac Weinstock now in the game for Frisch. Fade away there from Hode. Can't get it to go. Now here's Sion looking to run for the Panthers. Isaacs back to Sion. Pass at his feet. Does a nice job of maintaining control. Now here's Isaacs, right baseline. Kicks into the corner for Sion. He dribbles towards the key. Can't get it to fall. Gets his own rebound. Dribbles in. Looked like it might have been a pass that was tipped away. Now the action's a little bit wild and woolly right now. Here's Isaacs behind the back. Pulls it back out. YULA still up by 2. Isaacs dribbles left. Now gets into the corner to Gindy. Out to Sion. Might have gotten away with a step or two. Missed the shot, and then on the rebound, Gindy's going to get called for over the back. A little bit of a faster pace here over the last minute. I'm not sure if either team can really play that hectic of a...
It looks like they're trying to get a little ISO action for Sion, who's making some good moves. He's just not able to...
Can't convert. 52-50 with 2.2 to play over there on the other court.
Yeah, I can't decide who's winning that game.
Well, it should be the lower seeded team, which would be Frisch.
No, Frisch is over
here.
here.
Hafter. I think Hafter's got the lead there against New Jew. Now here on this side, here's Hode. Left elbow, dribbles into the lane, kicks it out to Langer. Now Tuckman penetrates, had an opportunity, goes up and draws the foul. Nice job of forcing the action right there.
You're right. Hafter Hawks win.
That game was probably never more than a 4 or 5 point differential over there on that side. Very exciting game. Like we saw in the first game with Fasman, we're seeing Frisch now miss a lot of opportunities at the free throw line. Only down 2, but could enjoy a lead here if they were able to convert from the stripe. I think we had some substitutions. Muddy Zilberstein checked back in for YULA. He's in there along with Remmer and Hamey. Second free throw is made by Frisch, and the lead is down to 1 now. Here's Posner. Back to Hamey. Hamey dribbles across the line, immediately trapped by 2 Cougars, and then he gets called for a travel. Got to you really cannot beat the Stewart. You know this well. You really can't beat a press with the dribble unless you're an exceptional talent with respect to that one skill. You've got to make better passes. You break the press with the pass. YULA turns the ball over, and now Frisch will have an opportunity to take the lead. Gindy checks back into the ball game for YULA. Remmer guarding Hode. Now Schechter. Back to Tuckman. Tuckman looks to duck inside. It sends it back out to Langer. Langer's pass to Schechter is nearly stolen. Frisch maintains possession then. Down 1. Right elbow. Out to Weinstock. Weinstock to Hode. Hode dribbles in to the lane, puts up this 13-foot leaner and gets it to fall. Frisch up 1. 18-17, their first lead in a little while. Little feedback there.
That's better.
Seemed to be taken care of. And then on the pressure defense, Frisch gets called for the foul. Frisch up 1, 18-17. Ben Harak was called for the foul. Frisch calls a timeout. Head coach Joe Schwartz wants to talk things over. So we've just had a lead change here as Frisch, who had an early lead, now leads 18-17 about midway through the second quarter.
Good action here.
You have to catch your breath a little bit.
I mean it's good action here. And these teams, even though, what do they I guess they see each other at Sarachek, and that might, and here, I guess, are the only 2 places they would see each other, I assume.
But, you sense that each,
they know each other.
They know each other. They know what each side can do, and they're well scouted. Remember to bring the ball in for YULA. He's going to need a little help from a teammate. No one else is back there. Now here comes Weinreb. They can't get it to him. Instead, it goes over to Posner in the backcourt. He gets it to Remmer. Now here's Weinreb by the center stripe. Dribbles toward the center circle, guarded by Schechter. Now here's Weinreb trying to penetrate on Langer. Zilberstein left corner. Ball nearly tipped away, but he dribbles away from the pressure from Hode. YULA down 1. Weinreb trying to find a cutting Remmer. Didn't get it to him. And now on the drive, we got a foul on the floor. Gindy doing a nice job of forcing the issue, and he gets fouled. YULA will have the ball underneath the basket. Down 1. We've just gone under 4 to play here in the second quarter. Inbounds pass comes out to Posner, top of the key. He gives to Weinreb. Weinreb sets the offense, guarded by Schechter. Gindy. Left elbow back out to Remmer. Here's Weinreb to Posner along the baseline. Ooh, it's called for steps as he caught the pass.
He may have shuffled the feet a little bit.
Just trying to shed. I think he actually hit the shot, didn't he? And
yeah, he did.
Unfortunately, doesn't count. They're down 1. Frisch with the ball now. Jesse Arbesfeld into the ball game for Frisch. And then a nice shot from Tuckman.
He's shown he can shoot from the outside.
Frisch now up 3. Here comes YULA looking to break the press. They do. Weinreb needs to watch out for the trap. Maybe a little bit too much for Langer.
You got to go down there.
Ben Harak will check back in for the Panthers. Mike Finkel comes in for Frisch, taking the place of Andrew Langer. 2017, Frisch with the 3-point lead. Here's Remmer, gets it inside to Ben Harak, and Jesse Arbesfeld gets called for the foul. A little too aggressive, trying to defend that inbound, that interior pass, entry pass into Ben Harak. Neither team in the bonus, so YULA will have the ball underneath the basket. Down 3 with 3:08 to play in the second quarter. First half. Now Ben Harak off to Weinreb. Zilberstein's trying to find himself a spot. And then Ben Harak does a good job of getting a shot off, but can't get it to go. Second chance, though, for YULA off the rebound. Ooh, nearly double dribble.
Oh,
ball
nice.
Tipped away.
Tip away.
Here comes Tuckman across the timeline. Dribbles into the lane, puts up a left-handed scoop as he penetrates across, can't get it to go.
A quick step there.
YULA down 3. Posner to Weinreb. Right side of the floor behind the 3-point line. Here's Posner for a long 2, short. Ben Harak goes up for the rebound, can't get it. Frisch comes the other way. Tuckman all by himself, pulls it back out. Here Finkel. Finkel dribbles with the left hand into the lane, goes up. Good defense by YULA to stop the penetration, make him put up a bit of a wild shot. Now Weinreb spins, comes to the right side of the court, gets it to Ben Harak. Ben Harak goes up to the left hand, can't get it to go. Posner can't put the rebound in. Ball's tipped away. Here's Hode, 1-on-4. Good job by YULA to get back on defense. Finkel dribbles towards the top of the key, spins back out, resets the offense. Here's Hode, left elbow. Dribbles into the lane, kicks into the corner to Finkel for a 3, no good. And then good job by Frisch to keep the rebound alive and give themselves another opportunity. Here's Hode again, can't get it to fall. And YULA comes away with the rebound. They get Zilberstein right elbow for a quick 3 and gets it to go and tie the game up at 20.
Yeah, they needed that. And Zilberstein's really been finding the open spot, and his teammates are finding him. He can hit that. Frisch has got to do a better job of recognizing where he is on the floor.
Ties it up at 20 with a minute to play in the second quarter.
Oh.
Schechter was trying to find Tuckman, but Tuckman went the other way, and the pass went out of bounds. Turnover gives the ball back to YULA. Tie game at 20. Chance for YULA to retake the lead here late in the first half. Pass comes into Posner. He gets it to Weinreb, who comes across the timeline, guarded by Finkel. Posner, right elbow. Over to Zilberstein. Zilberstein thinks about it. Good job by Hode to close out on him, and then Zilberstein puts up a bit of a wild shot. Now here comes Schechter the other way. He's going to get called. Oh, I think that's a good call.
That's a block, yeah. Absolutely.
Remmer tried to draw the offensive foul. I think that's going to actually put Frisch on the line for 1-and-1. 44 seconds to play. Neither team in significant foul trouble. I think Ben Harak might have 2 for YULA. This will be Schechter. Noah Schechter stepping to the line for a 1-and-1 opportunity. He'll get a second if he can make the first, which he does. Frisch retakes the lead. 21-20. Under a minute to play in the first half. Second free throw from Schechter is also good. Nice job converting on both of those free throws. Lead is 2 for Frisch. Here comes Weinreb dribbling towards the middle, beats the press, now gets it to Remmer. Haven't seen Tio in a little while. Did he pick up a second foul perhaps?
No, I don't think so. He did go out. You're right. I don't think so.
Here's Zilberstein, right free throw line extended behind the three-point line. Decides not to take it. Resets the offense. 20 seconds to play. YULA now might be advised to hold for the last shot. Oh, good play. Gets Posner underneath and gets the bucket to go. Ties the game up at 22. Frisch will have one last opportunity here. Under 10 seconds to play in the half. Tuckman puts up a long three. Can't get it to go. Here's YULA now. Oh, the clock. Oh, I think we maybe get a little confused.
That's good.
Oh, Zilberstein nearly got it to go. I think Zilberstein, as I did, heard a buzzer. I think it was from the other court, and threw up a three. He might have had another second or two to get a little bit closer. As it is, his three-quarter court shot was nearly on line, but a little bit left off the backboard. And we are all knotted up at 22 at the end of one half of play. Exciting basketball here on court 1 in a Tier 1 quarterfinal between the YULA Panthers and the Frisch Cougars. We're tied at 22.
And both of these teams are, well coached and have a lot of varsity players, a lot of experience. So, a 5-point deficit at any point in time, 7 point, they're not going to get scared. They're going to play within their game. And we saw that both teams had leads and both teams were able to come back. So, good, hard-fought game. We expect to see the same in the second half.
Again, if you'd like to send any messages along to us here in the broadcast booth, you can send those along via Twitter. I'm at JT on the cards. This is Josh Thomas. That's JT on the cards. Send anything along, maybe some information that could enlighten our broadcast about either of these teams or the players, or if you just like to get a shout out to the folks back home, let us know you're watching, tuning in, either in LA or New Jersey or anywhere else. We're having fun bringing the action to you here in Memphis. Day 2, quarterfinal action of Tier 1. What game do we have going on court 1 right now? Early, just getting underway over there. I'm trying to recognize by the uniforms as they pass along. And in front of us there. Leo Hode wearing his YU warm-ups over there. That was good. Getting a thumbs up from the referee there about the strong first half that we enjoyed. I agree with him. All right, we're back Just about ready to get the second half underway here at the Cooper Invitational, quarterfinal action of Tier 1. We're tied at 22, getting ready to start the second half. It's like both teams starting out with the same 5 that started for each in the first half. Posner.
Line, minutes on the clock.
Need to get the clock going there. There we go. All right, Tuckman, Finkel, Hode, Schechter, and Levine for Frisch. Zilberstein, Posner, Ben Harak, Sion, and Weinreb for YULA. Frisch with the ball to start the third quarter. Tuckman sends it. Ball finds its way into the corner to Finkel. He dribbles back towards the free throw line, gets it to Hode. Hode tries to find Levine, cutting, can't get it to him. Nice steal from YULA. Now here on the break, here's Ben Harak. Dribbles into the lane, can't get the shot to go. Sion gets the rebound, puts it up from 3 and gets it to go. Second chance opportunity for YULA. They retake the lead, 24-22, as we just start the second half. Here's Hode now for Tuckman. Thinks about dumping it down to Finkel, but instead now the ball comes to Schechter. Now Finkel, right free throw line extended. Dribbles towards the line now. Gets it to Hode. Hode passes it in to Tuckman, and Tuckman a little bit out of control, but fortunately gets fouled and he'll go to the line for 2. No way he's going to be able to get that ball up from that position, but he draws contact. Here's Tuckman now from the free throw line. He's got a nice touch from the floor and looks to have a similar one from the free throw line. Gets the shot to go. Lead back to 1. Chance to tie with the second. 24-23 early in the second half.
It's off.
That one's not quite as confident as the first one. Misses it. Frisch trails by 1. YULA with the basketball across the timeline. Comes Weinreb, picked up by Finkel.
Oh, I think he dragged the foot. He did.
As he picked up the dribble, guarded closely by Finkel. So give credit to Finkel there for causing that turnover. Doesn't get a steal in the books, but his pressure was what caused the travel to occur. Now here's Hode, right elbow. Now Schechter kicks it back out to Hode. Hode working over the shoulder, pass to Finkel and gets the 3 to go. Frisch retakes the lead by 2.
Good ball movement there.
26-24. Now YULA down 2. Gets it to Weinreb. Weinreb in the corner, dribbles out, brings the ball back up between the circles and resets to Ben Harak. Sion into the lane, goes up the right hand, gets the runner to go over Tuckman, ties it back up at 26. Here comes Frisch. Hode, top of the key, over to Tuckman. Tuckman ducks down inside the 3-point line, gets a long 2 to go, and the lead is back to 2 for Frisch, 28-26. Second half starting as the first half did. Here's Zilberstein. Good pressure by Tuckman to come out and show on that shot. Zilberstein thought he had an open 2, but Tuckman closed out. Zilberstein shot it a little bit quickly and he was off the mark. Frisch now looks to build on their 2-point lead. Here's Frank Finkel feeling it. Long 3, gets it to go. 2 in a row for the senior guard. Lead back out to 5 now for Frisch. 31-26. Good job. Zilberstein looks to drive.
Yeah. Finkel's 3-pointer must have been at least 2 feet behind the 3-point line.
Weinreb to bring the ball in. Gets it over to Sion along the right baseline. Floater is short. Oh, and Zilberstein had a chance to put it in with the left hand, but couldn't get it to go. They kick it back out to Ben Harak. Could have spun for the open shot, and then the pass is tipped out of bounds. It's going YULA way. Zilberstein comes to triggered the inbounds along the right sideline. Gets it into Sion. He has Ben Harak on the block. Spins on Hode. Can't get the left-hander to go. Misses. Frisch gets the rebound, up 5 with the basketball. Oh, and then along the baseline, that was, I think, Hode. He just can't get his shot to fall. And then ball is tipped out of bounds. Hode has to move that camera out of the way. Frisch with the basketball, up 5. We were tied at halftime. And then just a simple pass to Tuckman, a little bit crisp, and Tuckman didn't keep his eye on the ball and went off his hands and out of bounds. Frisch looking to press full court. Posner. Have to have a sense of purpose here and get the ball up court across the timeline, and they do. Here's Zilberstein, guarded by Schachter. Gets it to Ben Harak, right elbow. Frisch has extended their defense here nicely and causing YULA to have a little trouble getting into the half-court set. Posner. Sion just inside the three-point line, gets it to Posner. He's guarded by Levine. Shot is missed, and Langer, who's in the ball game for Frisch, now gets the rebound. Frisch up 5. Hode to Schachter. They set up the half-court offense. Here's Tuckman. Dribbles into the top of the key, and there's a nice dump down pass to Levine. Levine gets the shot to go, and Frisch back up 7. I believe they enjoyed an early 7-point lead, and now they're back up 7 after trailing early in the second half by 2. I believe they've gone on a 11-2 run, and now up 7 with 3:35 to play, and Frisch calls a timeout. Wants to build on this momentum right here. I think we just got a 30. This is that play. 3 on the replay right there. He's done a nice job. His 2 threes really shifted momentum to Frisch's way, and they have built on that to jump out to a 7-point lead here early in the second half. Sion dribbles through 2 Frisch defenders. Oh, does a great job of getting the lane. Can't get that shot to go. Did such a great job of getting himself an open shot inside the lane, then missed the runner. And Frisch doing a nice job of preventing second chances. Now here's Hode for a long 3. A little short. Does a great job of following. Gets the rebound, and then now YULA's got 4 people. Real advantage right here. And then, oh, silly foul for Frisch. Gives Isaacs a chance for the 3-point play, and YULA badly needed a bucket to stem the tide of momentum in favor of Frisch. Lead is back to 5, and Isaacs is going to have a chance at the line to cut it to 4. Isaacs, his free throw is off the mark. Nice job by Tuckman to corral the rebound. Lead is 5, 33-28. Clock ticks toward 3 minutes to play in the third quarter. Finkel back out to Tuckman. Now Langer dribbles right, gets it back out to Hode. Finkel thinks about the 3, guarded by Isaacs. Pulls back out towards the center circle. Tuckman now in the corner, guarded by Posner. Here's Langer. He kicks it out to Hode. Hode watched by Sion in this YULA man-to-man defense. Now Tuckman right elbow, guarded by Posner. Kicks it out to Hode. Hode drives, uses the body to protect the basketball, but misses the shot. And YULA sloppy with the ball in the backcourt. Langer, gets the steal and misses the putback. Missed opportunity there for Frisch to rebuild the lead back to 7. See if YULA can take advantage. Down 5 with a little over 2 to play here in the third. Here's Ben Harak. Into the corner to Sion. Sion tries to spin on Ho. Back out to Isaacs. Sion looks to post. Got 2 defenders on him. He finds an open Posner at the free throw line. Takes advantage of the open shot and gets it to fall. You got to hit those shots if you want to win at this level. Posner cuts it back to 3 with that 2-pointer. Got some substitutes coming in after the next whistle. Missed shot by Tuckman there. But Frisch comes away with the loose ball, and then Levine is open. I think
again,
Levine,
he heard a whistle.
He heard a whistle. Was on the other floor. Fortunate for Frisch, though, after the block that it goes out of bounds, and will stay on this side. Engelmeyer checks in for the first time this half. We saw some good minutes from him in the first half for the Cougars. He comes in along with Noah Schechter. Langer, Finkel, and Tuckman on the floor as well as Hode takes a seat for Frisch. Oh, nice inbounds play. Finds its way into the hands of Mike Finkel, and he gets the left-handed layup to go. Lead back to 5. Now on this end, Hamey into the ball game now for YULA. Gives it to Isaacs. Isaacs into the lane, kicks it over to Ben Harak, but he gets called for the charge. Nice job by Langer to draw the contact. Offensive foul, turnover, gives the ball back to Frisch. Remmer is going to check in for Sion. Interesting to see Sion sit here. I try to keep him on the floor as much as I can if
Absolutely.
I were YULA. They trail by 5.
But it must be a conditioning thing. He probably just needs, a rest.
Wild miss there from Frisch. YULA does a nice job of getting the rebound, but then Hamey dragged the foot trying to find a teammate to pass the ball to. Unfortunate turnover for YULA. They trail by 5. Frisch has the ball underneath the basket. Ball comes into Finkel, guarded by Isaacs. Finkel has 2 big threes here in this quarter, so YULA guarding him closely along the perimeter. He tries to penetrate inside, pulls it back out, gets it over to Schechter. Guarded by Remmer. Now Finkel, left corner, spins. Nothing there. Pass is stolen by Isaacs. Good hands, and then around the back. YULA looking to run. No numbers. Good job by Frisch to get back in transition. Now here's Remmer. Penetrates. Good job forcing the issue. Gets the foul on Noah Schechter. No shots on the floor. Neither team in the bonus at this point here with just over half a minute to play in the third quarter. 35-30. Frisch with the lead. Isaacs to trigger inbounds underneath. Oh, nice cut by Ben Harak. Goes up and it's rejected by Engelmeyer. Looked like he got a lot of ball.
Great block.
Gets called for the foul. It's going to send Ben Harak to the line for 2.
Nice play by YULA. They had a few people going through on the motion, and then Ben Harak got through, went up strong, and great block by Engelmeyer. I thought he got all ball there.
I've been impressed with the junior. He's provided some good minutes to these Cougars, both in the first half and now here in the second.
And on both ends of the floor, too.
Free throw from Ben Harak does not get the friendly bounce. Bounces off. No good. Lead is still 5. Scott Levine checks in for Frisch. He'll take Engelmeyer's place. Too late. As Sion was going to go check in, but can't get in. And then 2 misses there for Ben Harak. We've seen a lot of missed opportunities here in the 2 games so far today. Here's Finkel. Frisch looks like maybe they'll hold here for the last shot of the quarter. Up 5. YULA will have the ball to start the 4th, unless we get a tie up here late in the quarter. Frisch looking to isolate. Now here's a 3 from the big man, Scott Levine, who had just come into the ball game, and he hits a 3 to increase the lead to 8. Biggest lead of the ball game for Frisch. Nice shot off the glass from Scott Levine, a la Doom Haynes, an old Memphis Tiger. That was a deep bank shot from behind the three-point line on the left side.
Giving YULA some huge momentum coming into this fourth quarter. I mean, Frisch in this fourth quarter. And now you're right. YULA's got to get Sion back on the floor, and they got to get back to what they were doing before with the deeper penetration on the offense, but also on the defense. They're going to have to step it up, really step out, and start getting a hand in some of these shooters' faces. And Frisch is doing all this without Tyler Hode really getting on track in this game. He's only got like maybe a half a dozen points. He's missed a few wide open shots. He does do other things. He's got some assists for sure, but they're getting scoring from other areas.
Well, Finkel had a couple of big threes in that quarter, and then again Scott Levine just off the bench comes in, and they looked like they were looking for him on that set. They dribbled, they ran the clock down to about 10 seconds, and then penetrated and kicked it out to Levine, and he immediately went up the shot and got it to go. So that seemed to be his role there late in the quarter for him to come in and to look for that, just that sort of thing. And lead is 8. Again, that's the biggest lead of the ball game for Frisch. And Levine sits back down. He came in for one purpose, did that. Gets rewarded with the spot back on the bench. 38-30. YULA will have the ball here to try to cut into this 8-point lead. 1 quarter left to play. Remmer to bring the ball in. He finds Posner and gives it back to him. Isaacs on the floor, as well as Hamey and Sion for YULA. Here's Isaacs, gets it to Hamey, guarded by Ho. Now here's Sion. Loses the ball. Tries to get it back, but unable to do so. Turnover for YULA. Poor possession to start the quarter. Now here's Hogue. Dribbles along the baseline. He's always looking to pass, really looks to create. I like that about him right there. Maybe the pass wasn't there and went off the leg of a YULA defender. They'll have the ball underneath the basket. Frisch up by 8. Pass comes into Finkel. Guarded by Isaacs at the right elbow. He dribbles back out towards the center stripe. Now Tuckman. Hode with the ball up top, guarded by Sion. Finkel finds a cutting Tuckman in the lane. Puts up the right-handed leaner, can't get it to go. Engelmeyer can't get the rebound. And Frisch unable to convert. 8-point lead for Frisch. Isaac spins, penetrates along the baseline, ball out of bounds. You'll notice that
Sion is guarding Hode, so he's going to have to working hard on the defensive end. And we already know he's gone out a couple of times in this game for some, I would say, conditioning purposes. So that's certainly not going to help them having to follow Hode around on the offensive end.
Crowd is very, very close on this end of the floor over here.
Yeah.
Now
Silverstein.
Now here's Isaacs.
Good defense here by Frisch.
Hamey now up top. Gets it over to Remmer. Remmer tries to dribble right. Now it's Sion. Sion to Remmer. Remmer's got to look at 3. Gets it to go. Badly needed points for YULA here in the early parts of the 4th quarter. Remmer's 3 cuts it to 5. 38-33. Frisch with the lead and the ball. Here's Schachter. Guarded by Remmer, who just made that big 3 for the Panthers. Finkel gets the pick from Engelmeyer. Sends it to Schachter, right corner. Now back to Ho, top of the key, guarded by Sion. He dribbles right. Now switches over, gets it to Tuckman beyond the 3-point line. Finkel in the left corner. Comes back out, resets the offense. Schachter at center circle. And coaching staff for Frisch calls a timeout, wants to discuss what they want to do on offense.
Actually, it's playing right into their hands right now. If they can move the ball around the perimeter, YULA is playing pretty good defense, but as that clock ticks down, Frisch has no issue with playing the ball around the perimeter. And I don't know who's playing the game in that other court, but that's it's a little bit embarrassing right now. Oh, Denver. Say no more. They're playing the Hillel Heat, I believe.
I think that's right.
Yeah, it's
tough
going so far
for the
kids from the
squad.
Mile High. But listen, in a tournament like this, 39-4 is absolutely not unsurmountable.
Plenty of time left. I think I've milked that iced coffee for all it's worth. Frisch ball coming out of this timeout. 6:10 to play in the game in regulation. Frisch's lead is 5. There's Hode. Sends the ball across the timeline to Schachter. Now Finkel. Hode, left hash mark guarded by Sion. Dribbles towards the top of the key and gets it to Schachter. He's guarded closely by Zilberstein. Remmer guarding Finkel now. A bit of a weave up top now. Hode in the right corner now. Ball comes out to Finkel into the lane. Puts up the left-hand runner and gets it to go.
Beautiful shot. Really nice shot.
Back to 7. He's got at least 10. That looked like maybe a travel, no
No,
call.
you're going to get that.
Get that step there. Hamey.
Yeah.
Nice move, cuts it back to 5. They need to stop on this end. A little over 5 minutes to play in the game. YULA down 5 to the Frisch Cougars. Here's Levine, guarded by Hamey. He finds a flashing Hode up top, and now Finkel. Finkel gets a pick from Hode. Gets it back to him. Tuckman into the lane. Gets tripped, no call, loses the basketball.
Wow.
That was like Nick Belinda right there, walking the tightrope as Posner manages to stay in bounds. Now Remmer into the lane, puts up the right-hand runner and gets it to go. 5 big points for Remmer here. Well, that was actually Posner. Lead down to 3. It was as many as 8 moments ago. 40-37 Frisch. 4.5 left. Tuckman dribbles left, nearly loses the handle. Comes back up with it, gets it to Hode. Right hash guarded by Sion. Swings it left to Schachter. Here's Finkel. Oh, Schachter did a good job of just leaking down low. Got the ball but didn't look to the basket. Patient on offense here. Halfway gone in the 4th quarter. Sion nearly had a steal off Hode. Finkel. Tuckman left side of the court behind the 3-point line. He dribbles out. He gets the ball back, cutting Finkel. Puts up the left-handed layup, gets it to go. Finkel, once again, coming up big here in the 4th quarter. In the second half. The whole second half has been big for Mike Finkel. Frisch back up 5, 42-37. Oh, Sion nearly has the ball stolen by Hode. Finds Posner cutting. Posner's got Levine on him. Levine's a tall, nice shot by Sion. Curls right and gets the 14-footer to fall. Lead back to 3. Teams exchanging buckets. Hode brings it across for Frisch, up 3, 42-39. Levine, corner guarded by Hamey. Hamey nearly gets the steal.
I think Frisch got coach call a timeout.
Yeah. Right before the pass was stolen. Coaches Davidoff and Schwartz want to discuss their approach here over the final 3 minutes. 42-39, 3-point lead for the Cougars. It was 8. YULA trying to come back after the Shabatone. Second, Mike Finkel show for Frisch as he's had 2 threes in the 3rd, couple of layups. Meanwhile, on the other end for you, Usher Remmer had a big three. Posner made a big bucket, flashing across the lane. As they've been exchanging buckets over the last 3 or 4 minutes here, YULA can't get it closer than 3. Right now they trail by 3. Frisch has the ball. YULA looking to get a stop and give themselves a chance to tie with the next possession. Hode to throw the ball in. He can't get it in. I think we got a 30-second timeout. thinking we might have been out of 30, so another full. Kind of running out of things to say at this point. Hode had trouble getting the ball in and had to burn another timeout. I'm not sure if they have any left at this point. So both teams, after just talking things over a minute ago, now have another minute to talk about things. Maybe talk about what you had for dinner last night. Kind of a big crowd right now. As the day goes on, this is what happens as you get, like I said, teams that have played an earlier game, teams that are playing the next game. So this is when the crowds are the biggest right around this time. All right, now inbounds. That time Schechter triggered the inbounds and he got it to Finkel. Now Hode, center circle, guarded by Sion. Isaac Weinstock in the game now for Frisch, maybe a ball handler. He's guarded by Hamey. Oh, and then a steal by Sion.
Nice steal.
Goes up strong, using the glass as you've been advising.
Absolutely.
He gets up there right by the rim. He looks like he can almost throw it down. I think he could have
probably dunked that. I don't know if you can do that in high school.
42-41. Lead is back to 1. Closest YULA has been since early in the second half.
Nice move by Tuckman.
Tuckman ducks under, gets a block call on, I think that was Remmer.
Nice move, though, by Tuckman.
Here's Tuckman at the line. Lead is 1, looking to build on that for Frisch. Gets it to go.
Nice.
He's had a nice stroke. He's made 2 out of 3. See if he can convert on the second. Lead is 2 now for Frisch. Even if he makes this one, it's a 1-possession game. You look and tie on the other end. Gets it to go. Just grazes the front iron and in. 44-41, 3-point lead. Here's Remmer. Guarded by Finkel as he comes across the line. Gets a pick from Posner. Remmer thinks about finding, then he does. Maybe a little bit later than you.
Oh!
Posner missed the.
It was defended. It was
defended. Oh, that was strong. Just missed a left-handed layup, guarded strongly by Frisch. Was a good play by Remmer. Didn't get it to him at first, but then he did, and a good catch by Posner. And then on this end, Hode maybe a little out of control, misses a shot, guarded by. And Sion looked like he might have gotten fouled as he came up court. No call. Missed opportunity for. So YULA had a chance there to tie or cut it to 1, but turned the ball over in transition.
Yeah, there's no reason. I mean, look, plenty of time left. You don't need Sion coming down, running a fast break like that. He needs to pull that out, get it to a guard possibly, and then get some things set up. That was a golden opportunity for YULA to either tie or get this to within 1.
After the turnover, Frisch will have the ball in the backcourt. I imagine YULA will try to pick up full court pressure. Try to create a turnover, speed things up a little. I'm actually surprised. They look like they're falling back into a non-pressure type situation.
Well, still 2 minutes, still 2 minutes, almost 2 minutes left. There's no reason to force the issue so much. Maybe pick them up at half court, And
now they do look to maybe
he's got to be a little careful because Frisch is athletic enough to get around one man, and then they've got an opportunity at the glass.
Finkel picked up by Remmer as he crosses the timeline.
Oh, almost.
Nearly had a steal again. And then looked like Remmer got a foot in there and then fouled by Hode.
Hode's trying to do a little too much by himself. He needs to stop that a little bit.
So YULA gets the turnover they needed. They'll now have the ball down 3.
Still nobody in the bonus. Cleanly played game, actually.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's in foul trouble. Obviously, nobody's in foul trouble. Oh, nice play. Absolutely, very well developed by YULA there. And executed.
And Sion makes the layup and cuts it to 1, 44-43. Just under a minute and a half to play. Tuckman.
Coach Hammy for YULA is imploring the refs to call the carry on the Frisch ball handlers.
What do
on
we
the
got?
Floor, I believe.
Yeah. No shot. Fouls on Sion. I'm not sure if YULA is even terribly close to the
right.
I mean, they might need to give a couple of fouls to send Frisch to the line if it develops in that way. Now Ben Harak, who hasn't Ben Harak starts, but kind of sort of plays like sort of his minutes are a little sporadic. It's interesting how Coach Hamey uses him. Looks like he's going to do a little in and out.
Yeah,
with,
offense or defense.
Ben Harak and Hamey. Lead is 1. Schachter nearly throws it away. Good job by Hode to recognize it and corral the pass. Gets Tuckman, top of the key. Ball nearly tipped away by Posner. Under a minute to play. Tuckman into the lane. Double clutches. No, misses the layup. Thought he had it. Goes out of bounds. Oh, no, that's over the back on Levine.
Yeah, over the back on Levine.
Surprised it seems like YULA has been to the line a decent amount this half. I'm surprised that's not the bonus situation, but apparently. YULA looks like they'll have the ball.
I think YULA might have one left to give even.
Sounds like they might have one, yeah, like you said, might have one more to give before the bonus. Basically, the officials have only been really calling fouls on shots. A lot of shooting type fouls. Not a lot of fouls being called on the floor, which is, again, has allowed the flow of the game to proceed nicely. Now here's Sion across the timeline. 45 seconds to play. YULA down 1. Sion gives it off to Hamey. Now Zilberstein, who hasn't been in the game much here in the second half. He puts up the runner, gets it to go along the baseline. YULA retakes the lead. Under a minute to play. YULA up 1. Finkel gets it out to Schachter. Schachter into the lane. He's going to get called for the offensive foul as he runs over Usher Reamer.
I think he also walked with the ball, too.
Definitely a little out of control.
Posner imploring his teammates, this is not over, stay focused. And he's exactly right, as Frisch can obviously, score quickly.
Dramatic turn of events there, though. Great drive by Zilberstein, Zilberstein hadn't been playing that much here in the second half, but he had been inserted for offense here late.
Right.
And you really look for him in terms of offense. You look for him maybe to spot up from 3, but he found an opportunity
drive
along the baseline. Drove.
Well, I think the defender kind of recognizes he is the outside shooter, and then Zilberstein blew right by him and laid it in beautifully.
But it wasn't an easy shot. He didn't. Right. He had a tough look, but he got it to fall. And then on the other end, I think it was Schachter got a little bit out of control, ran over the YULA defender, and now YULA will have the ball up 1 with 26 seconds to play.
And YULA will be shooting free throws next time they get fouled. And Frisch, I believe, still has maybe 1 or 2 to give.
Well, I mean, does the offensive foul there, I think, does count towards your team fouls, although it wouldn't put someone on. So I think that might have been the foul that they had.
No, I'm saying the next time they get fouled, they shoot on the line.
I'd imagine.
Frisch, I don't know. And YULA with the ball, Frisch has to understand how many fouls they need to maybe put some.
Well, they obviously go for the early steal and then you foul.
Right.
And they're not doing so. And precious seconds are ticking away. They've got a foul now. And then I think we get a foul on Schachter. Fouls Remmer. And that is going to be 1-1. So that will put Remmer at the line for 1+1. Even if he makes both of these, though, it'll still be a 1-possession game. And Ben Harak is going to come back in for Hamey. Again, a little offense-defense with those two players.
Seriously?
I love that thing.
Was he?
Here's Remmer from the line. Gets it to go. Lead is 2. Trying to make it a 3-point game. Still 1 possession either way. Remmer eyes the second. Important here for Frisch to box out on the miss. Gets it to go, though. It's 3. 3-point lead. Now, of course, you get to the eternal question since the 3-point line was instituted, does YULA foul here to prevent the 3-point shot opportunity for Frisch?
Well, obviously with 20 seconds, for sure you don't. And, I mean, you just have to play tough, tight defense. I expect Frisch to come down and set up some kind of a play with either Hode or who's their other
Finkel's the one, is it? But
right. But obviously YULA knows both of those are the shooters, so you're probably going to have to get it from somebody else. Listen, with 20 seconds left, here's the other argument. I don't know how many timeouts
Frisch has left,
but do you get the quick 2 and then the foul and play the free throw game for a second?
You don't have much time.
Right. I do not see, obviously, I don't see Coach Hamey telling his players to foul at this point for sure. Obviously, you don't want to give up a 3-pointer. You also don't want to foul on the 3-pointer. That's another thing you got to be careful of. The question is how many fouls has YULA had to give?
Thought maybe we'd see Scott Levine for Frisch, who had that big 3 late in the.
He's there.
No,
it's Andrew. I'm sorry.
Scott Levine, who had that big 3 late in the third quarter. Now Langer's going to actually come in for Andrew Levine. Perhaps he's a weapon from beyond the arc. YULA choosing not to defend full court here.
What's the question here?
Coach Hamey speaking with the officials, looking for some clarification on.
Oh, I think it's because maybe they.
And now.
This is really getting out of hand here.
Now Hamey coming
back. I think what happened was that Coach Hamey was upset that Frisch kind of snuck somebody in after the ball was getting ready to be played, and so he wanted to get a defender in.
Here's Finkel now. Precious seconds ticking off the clock. 15 seconds to play. Finkel guarded by. Oh, he has an open look at 3. Too long. Now they're going to have to foul. Oh,
they're not going to get a chance to. Good job by Zilberstein to bring it back out. Great job by Zilberstein to get it back out. Finkel did have a pretty decent look at it.
You know, and he's hit some big ones. He just was off the mark there, but he did a really nice job of kind of
stepping into it.
Well, he got Remmer to commit left and then right, and he had an opportunity and really got himself an open look and just a little off the mark, and that happens. But Zilberstein still has to hit this. I mean, if he doesn't hit this first, I believe it's still a 1-and-1. So if Zilberstein is not able to hit this, Frisch will have an opportunity here before the buzzer. Let's see. Free throw is good, though. That'll probably do it. That'll make it a 2-possession game with 4 seconds to play.
Who does YULA go on to play from here?
They would play probably Hafter. That was the 3-6.
Do they have to?
They have to play Hafter after this. They have to play Hafter.
Saturday night, that'll be one of the Tier 1 semifinals.
Right. Good job by Zilberstein to make play. And YULA, so many missed free throws today. YULA hitting 4 big free throws there in crunch time. Now here's a long 3 from Tuckman off the mark. And YULA very excited to win this game. Even though they are a 3-time champion, they don't take anything for granted.
Well, they've just beat the number 2 seed of this tournament as well.
Very excited to have won that ball game. And that was neither team. I mean, Frisch has nothing to be embarrassed about. They fought hard.
Fought hard. And like I said, they played well, not getting the scoring that they usually get from Hode as well. But they were still in this game, and obviously had a chance to put it away, and they did not.
Very much, could have gone either way. And Frisch, YULA just made the big shots at the end, and again, make 4 big free throws at the end to ice. The first, the two from Remmer to give them the 3-point lead, forcing Frisch to have to look for a 3-point shot at the end, and then Zilberstein calmly hitting 2 with 4 seconds to play to close it out.
Right.
So YULA just converting at the end of the game and taking themselves the lead.
We got Eli yesterday. Huh? I just got him yesterday. All right, so who we got playing here now? We've got Chicagoland's going to be playing
Atlanta? No, Chicagoland.
No, what are those uniforms right there? Never seen those guys.
That's Atlanta.
Oh, so maybe Chicagoland's playing Atlanta. I don't see Coach Marcelino. Who's this guy?
From Fasman.
No, he's not. He's definitely not coach of Fasman.
Oh,
yeah,
no, new Jew.
We'll take a break, and we'll be back at the next game in about, I think, 15 minutes or so.
That was good.